Welcome to Undiet Your Coaching Practice podcast. I'm Stephanie Dozier, clinical nutritionist, certified intuitive eating counselor, and creator of the Going to Beyond the Food method. And after a 25-year dieting career, I decided to say hell no to diet culture and undiet my life, which also included my coaching practice. I'm on a mission to help all coaches undiet not only their life, but their coaching business. If you want to throw down diet culture, you're in the right place. Let's do this. Hello, my dear colleagues, and welcome to Season 5, Episode 2 of the Undiet Your Coaching Practice. And this season, we are focused on answering your number one question, which is, how do I get more client? So every episode is centric in answering that question. And I promised that in episode 1, throughout this entire season, I was going to rock your world when it comes to selling. And so far in episode 1, I think I did this because we didn't talk about selling scripts, flows of consultation, how to deal with objection, or sharing my most favorite one, the best converting words to use on your sales page. Or worse, as our guest expert in season 4, Michelle Mazur, taught us, bro marketing tactics. We didn't do any of that. Instead, I show you how, in episode 1, we, as a community of non-diet coaches, have an error in thinking when it comes to selling and marketing. We approach selling and marketing our services with our old diet culture brain, or what I call, for my consumer business, if you've ever listened to the Going to Beyond the Food show podcast or did any one of my consumer program, I refer to the old diet culture brain as diet brain. Diet brain is how diet culture, how patriarchy, how white supremacy affected our brain, reorganized the way we think. And how we do one thing is how we do everything. So if our brain was reorganized to think in a right or wrong thinking, like there has to be a right way, there has to be a wrong way, or black and white thinking, or the dear perfectionist thinking, gotta do it right, or the people pleasing, which are the 4 mindfuck of diet brain. If your brain was affected by diet culture, it's how you think everywhere. You may have cleaned it up when it comes to food and body image, but it's going to show up in your business. It's going to show up how you approach selling and marketing if you don't do the work of reprogramming the way that you think. It's normal. That's how system of oppression work. Whatever system of oppression, it works at the brain level. That's why system of oppression are so freaking powerful. And that's how, like patriarchy, they sustain themselves for thousands of years. Why? Because it changed the way we think. So, if you haven't cleaned up the way you think, you just addressed the food or the body image in your own life, you only did the work in the context of this, guaranteed it's showing up in your business. This is why in all of my professional program, we spend the first 4 weeks just teaching you the coaching principle that will allow you to change and reorganize your brain so you can become the most effective coach in the world by first coaching yourself. And this is what I want you to do when it comes to your business. I want you to coach yourself, reorganize the way you think about selling and marketing. For me, this was one of my most transformative moment over the last 10 years is when I realized that how I was approaching food and body and health was how I was approaching everything. In fact, it was so powerful of a moment that my methodology, my consumer business is called Beyond the Food. Because I realized it was the way that I was doing everything, including selling and marketing. So here's the thing. I was taught a coaching framework that allowed me to change my thoughts with food and body image. And then I'm like, oh my God, I know how to do this when it comes to business. I know how to do this when it comes to relationship. I know how to do this anywhere in my life. It's like the magic tool of mindset coaching. So I want to take that and apply it to selling and selling with integrity. The reason why selling feels so yucky for us, very specifically in our niche of non-diet coaching, that you are an intuitive eating coach, a body image coach, a therapist who uses body neutrality or intuitive eating in their practice, social worker, nurses, all these kind of profession have gone through our program. I know it applies to you. So no matter where you are in the spectrum of coaches or profession, this coaching framework and how to think about selling with integrity will be phenomenal for your business. So instead of chasing the right script, the right words to say to your client when it comes to growing your business and getting more clients, I want you to ask yourself a powerful question. And I want to give you an analogy here. When your client come to you at the beginning of their journey, they think there's a right way of do this. There's a right way to eat. There's a right way to approach health, right? There's a right way. And your job as a coach is to get them out of this with your coaching training, introducing your thoughts in their brain to help them change their belief and change the way they feel and change the way they act. That's what I'm doing with you right now. And that's what I'm going to continue to do through the entire season of the podcast. That's a free tool. If you want to take your knowledge to the next level, you want to come and join us in our event, 4 Simple Steps to get non-diet coaching client, paying client, that happens throughout the month of April and May. We have all kinds of resources and training for you that is going to be happening. For example, in April, I'm going to teach you this framework of coaching, April the 10th, how to coach diet brain. I'm going to do an entire class on that. It's part of the $47 offer for the 4 Simple Step event. I'm going to do a class on consulting, therapy versus coaching. I'm going to do a class in May on money mindset. You don't want to be missing that one. So if you want to take these teaching to the next level, that happens April and May. You can come and join us right now. The link is in the show notes on all the social media. As soon as you join in, you get into our private Facebook group, and we're right there waiting for you. So here's some of the powerful questions I want you to ask yourself about selling so you can be in the place of selling with integrity, which is what will allow us as non-diet coaches to sell more often, to sell with ease, to sell with pleasure, to sell like we want to sell, right? We need to be selling with integrity, meaning that we need to be in alignment with our value, the value we believe in, right? Anti-oppression, anti-racism, empowerment, feminism, love-based approach to life. We need to be finding a way of selling that's going to be in alignment with our core value. That's how we can sell with integrity. When we use marketing framework or selling tactic that lands you into a place of feeling yucky, feeling resistant, feeling angry of having to sell, you're not thinking about selling in the right way. So here's some of the question. How am I currently thinking about selling? Why do I resist selling? Take a blank piece of paper and ask yourself these questions. What thoughts or belief do I ruminate on that makes me feel resistance instead of fun? Ask yourself these questions. I'm going to propose some answer for you, just to guide you into the right direction of what selling could look like versus what it looks like for you right now. So selling, in my view, the way that I teach it, it's an exchange of value. Selling is the process where the buyers sees the value in paying a company for a product, for services, to an agreed price that they want to solve a problem. If you're one of my students, here comes the water bottle analogy. Okay, I use that every time we talk about selling. So I'll probably use that all throughout the month of April and May in our 4 Simple Step event. You want to go on a hike. Imagine that. You want to go on a hike, a 3-hour hike, and you need a water container to carry water while you're taking the hike. You have a problem to carry water with you on your hike, and you need a solution. So you go to a store, you go to an online selling platform, and you declare your need. I need a container to carry water on my hike. And then in front of you comes a whole bunch of solution, value to solve your problem, right? Solution, value. Somebody has designed a program, has designed a bottle that will allow you to carry your water while you're hiking. You have a problem and somebody has a solution, and they're going to use selling for you to make a decision. That's what selling is. They're going to display, if it's online, they're going to take a picture of the bottle. They're going to have a description of the bottle to make sure it describes what they offer and that it serves your needs. They're going to tell you how much water the water bottle carries. What temperature does it stay at? They're going to give you the information that you need to make a decision. That feels good, doesn't it? Like there's no coercion. There's no tricking people. People have a problem. They want to carry money on their hike. The job of the seller is to show the product, describe the product, and tell the consumer if their product fulfill their needs. That's it. What happens often when we go out as an on-diet coach and we try to learn selling, we are taught tactics and technique that don't align with our value. And then here I'm going to insert my viewpoint on selling versus convincing. Most of my students, when they come to my program, they are afraid, they hate selling because they think of selling as convincing. And that's not what selling can be if done in a way that's in alignment with our value as an industry in the non-diet space. So, I'm going to compare the two. Convincing is about intellectual coercion. We try to convince intellectually your future client that it is the right step for them. Selling, on the other hand, is credible at an emotional level. It inspires people. It leads people to be in an emotional state that they are excited to make the decision to give you their money. What a great place to be when you buy something. The decision stands in the consumer, and it's not coerced, it's not fear-based, it's inspired. That's what selling is. Selling is from a place of service. Hey people, you have this problem. I have the solution. Service. I'm helping people. They know they have a problem. I'm not creating a problem for them. You have this problem. I have a solution. Convincing is you have to do this. Otherwise, terrible things are going to happen to you. Selling is an invitation. You're saying, hey, people in the world, I have this solution, this amazing program, and I'm an amazing coach, and I can take you from where you are to where you want to be, depending on your area of expertise, depending on your niche. You invite them to come into your world for a transformation. Convincing is push. The old way, that's bro marketing. You're bad. You're going to miss out. If you don't do this with me, you're a terrible person. Or you're going to do terrible thing into the world. Selling is what I call enoughness. Okay, hold on here. Enoughness is one of Stephanie's words. Okay? My people, my student know that. I create words all the time. That's my French and English brain. I create words. So enoughness is a word I created a few years ago because people felt they weren't good enough in my consumer business, in my professional business. Everybody says, I'm not good enough. I'm like, hold on, people. I got a solution. We're going to work on your enoughness. So since then, the word enoughness has followed me. And it applies to selling. When you sell with integrity, you know you are enough. That people take you in on your offer or not, that they buy your program or not, you're going to be okay. You don't need them to say yes to feel good about yourself. That's your job as a coach, to show up to the selling and marketing of your offer feeling enough. I'm going to show you how to do this in the 4 simple step to get paying client event. So join us in there. But you have to feel enough to be selling with integrity. Convincing is the opposite. You don't feel enough. You don't feel good enough. You must have the next client. Otherwise, you're going to feel terrible about yourself. You're going to beat yourself up. You need money. You need. You need people to say yes. That will land you into a place where selling's going to feel yucky. Selling, when done with integrity, is from a place of love. It's from a place of trusting that your client can make the best decision for themselves. Selling from a place of integrity is promoting your future's clients. Agency is this ability to run our own life, to make decisions for ourselves. You're putting out your offer. You're telling them, I have a solution for your problem. I'm an amazing coach. I know I can help you. And then you're leaving it up to them to make a decision because you trust that they can make a decision, that they're able to decide for themselves. Convincing is using bro marketing tactic. It's fear-based tactic. It's disempowering. It's triggering a feeling of guilt, right? This is the screwed up. I was going to use another word, but the effed up way of teaching consultation where you say at the end of the consultation, I was taught that, so I know this. And I unfortunately did consultation like that. I only have 2 spots left. You need to make the decision by the next hour. Or I'm going to give you $200 off if you make a decision on the spot. You don't have to sell like this, because when you sell like this, you're not promoting your future client's agency. It sets up the relationship coach-coachee screwed up. You're basically telling your future client, I don't trust you. I know what's best for you. And our entire relationship is going to be fear-based. That's not selling with integrity. Selling with integrity is believing, right? I told you the 4 things you need in episode 1, right? To get more client, the 4 beliefs you need to hold. You don't need the right template, the right strategy. You need the 4 key beliefs. And you need to be an expert at believing in yourself, in your client, in your offer, in the non-diet approach, and then show up to the selling with high level of belief. And that will create a feeling of being compelled from your audience and your client. They're going to be compelled to be in your space. Because when they are in your space, they feel amazing about themselves. They can see their own possibility. That's what selling with integrity is versus convincing. Most of us have been taught that convincing is selling. It's a way of selling that's available if you want to do it. But I can tell you from having coached non-diet coaches for years now, it's going to land you in feeling yucky about yourself because it's completely misaligned with our value. So instead of convincing people to buy our program, to buy our product, we sell people in believing in themselves, believing in you as a coach, believing into your program, and believing in a non-diet approach. And the only way for you to help people believe is for you to believe in those 4 simple things in order for you to show up to help people believe instead of having to convince them. This is how we sell with integrity. I've said this in episode 1. I'm going to repeat it again. Coaching is selling, and selling is coaching. What do we do as coaches? Right? People come knock on our door. They have a problem, let's say with food. They're desperate. They don't know what to do. They don't believe that they can do it by themselves. Otherwise, they would have gone and bought the intuitive eating book and read the book and did it on their own. Perhaps they already did that. They bought the book. It didn't work. Hello, this is why coaching exists. And they want you to help them. They come knocking at your door so you hold the space for them to believe that they can do it. So if you're coaching, you are or should be an expert in helping people believe in themselves. Approach selling in that way. That will make selling aligned, easy, simple, and fun. Because you'll just be extending what you do with your client, coaching, into the selling process. So in the next episode, we're going to talk about what you're selling. And I have a concept that I've been teaching to my student now since January, since the new round of the mentorship and the mastermind. And what I'm seeing from them leads me to believe that this is going to be very powerful in years to come. And it's this sentence: I am a coach every minute of my day. Coaching is not something that I do on the side. It is something I am being every minute of my day. And with that, it leads you into a place of being the product of your product. And that's going to be the next episode. So let's meet over there. Hey folks, we're very proud to announce our Undiet Your Coaching Practice Scholarship Program for self-identified fat and BIPOC people looking to grow their non-diet business. We acknowledge a gross underrepresentation of fat and BIPOC in the non-diet industry, and we believe one of the primary key in making the non-diet approach accessible to all is by encouraging diversity in size, race, ethnicity, and culture among the non-diet coaches. So you can apply for a scholarship for the next round of our non-diet mentorship program if you are self-identified as a fat or BIPOC person. The next round, the sixth round of our non-diet mentorship program will kickstart on July 1st, 2022, and will go on for 5 months. Application will be accepted until April 30th, 2022. All the details can be found in the show note, and I'm looking forward to seeing your application coming in. Ready to shed diet culture from your practice and help more clients do the same? Awesome. We've got 3 resources to get you started. Simply go to stephaniedodier.com/pro series, all in one word, and access our 3 free training classes that are currently available. We also have a free PDF guide to intuitive eating, an article about the non-diet approach. We also offer a variety of paid programs throughout the year to support you in your journey to undiet your coaching practice. Join us at stephaniedodier.com/pro series, and I'll see you on the other side.